Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the White Berlin School of Medicine for the class of 2030. This important milestone formally welcomes each member of the class to our profession as future physicians under our stewardship. I would like to thank all of the family members and friends who are joining us this evening. Your student, as well as the faculty and administration, appreciate your being with us tonight. Together, we've been looking forward to this event in which our exceptional students in the class of 2030 formally make a commitment to a career of care and caring. Over the past 2 weeks, I've witnessed the class interacting at social events and in the classroom. Their remarkable camaraderie and respect for each other sets the stage for mutual support over the next 4 years and lasting bonds of friendship beyond graduation. At the outset, I'd like to recognize some of our leadership groups within the medical school. These folks will play a very important role in the growth of our students over the next 4 years. Joining us here at the Jefferson Center are chairs, deans, and selected members of the faculty and staff. Please stand if you're present, including the stage folks. Please stand. Thank you for being here as well. We're glad you could join us, and please be seated. Next, Dr. Amanda Murkison, our Associate Dean for Student Affairs, and Dr. Melanie Prusakowski, our Associate Dean for Admissions, will join me here at the podium to explain the history of the White Coat ceremony and share a little bit about the class of 2030. First up, Dr. Murkison.
The first White Coat ceremony was held in 1993 at Columbia University's College of Physicians and Surgeons. Inspired by the vision of Dr. Arnold P. Gold, Professor of Pediatric Neurology. Dr. Gold recognized that as medicine advanced, it was essential for future physicians to remain connected to the human side of healing, compassion, empathy, and the privilege of caring for others. The purpose of this ceremony is to affirm an important truth. A physician's responsibility is not only to treat patients, but to truly care for them. For centuries, medicine has marked the transition into the profession through meaningful traditions, dating back to the Hippocratic Oath. Dr. Gold believed that medical students should begin their training with a clear understanding of the values, responsibilities, and trust that define the profession, even before meeting their first patient. This vision led the Arnold P. Gold Foundation to champion the White Coat ceremony, a tradition which now is embraced by medical schools across the nation. Today, the White Coat is more than a garment. It's a symbol of service, integrity, compassion, and lifelong learning. As your freshly pressed white coats are placed upon your shoulders, may you feel both the pride of this milestone and the weight of the responsibility it represents. Let it serve as a reminder of the journey ahead, the patients who will place their trust in you, and the privilege of dedicating your lives to their care.
The 39 women and 25 men who make up the Virginia Tech Carilion School of Medicine 2030 and who will receive their white coats today represent 64 exceptionally talented, accomplished, and dedicated students selected from a pool of more than 6,500 applicants. The class represents 22 home states. It includes 15 students who call Virginia home. They attended 50 different undergraduate institutions, including 5 graduates from Virginia Tech and 16 students who already have graduate degrees. What brings them together is a shared commitment to serving others through the practice of medicine. It is the calling that led them to Virginia Tech Carilion School of Medicine and its innovative, patient-centered approach to medical education. Today, through the presentation of the white coat and the recitation of an oath, they publicly affirm their dedication to professionalism, compassion, lifelong learning, and the responsibilities that come with joining the medical profession. This ceremony marks an important milestone as they begin their journey toward earning the privilege of being called physicians. Dean Learman will now introduce the keynote speaker.
It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce tonight's keynote speaker. Each year we seek to identify a white coat speaker who has distinguished themselves as an exemplar of humanistic practice. This year is certainly no different. Dr. Andrew Herman is professor and Children's Miracle Network Endowed Chair of Pediatrics at the Virginia Tech Carilion School of Medicine and Carilion Clinic. He attended college at Indiana University, earned his MD degree from St. Louis University, and completed the pediatrics residency and neonatology fellowship at the University of Virginia. Dr. Herman joined us in June of 2025 after a distinguished career at Atrium Health in Charlotte, North Carolina, where he worked as Vice President and Chief Medical Officer for Levine Children's Hospital and Jeff Gordon Children's Center. Over the course of a decade at Atrium, Dr. Herman helped build a robust and successful quality and safety program with top rankings in the U.S. News & World Report Best Children's Hospital Survey. Dr. Herman also held up academic appointments at Carolinas Medical Center, UNC Chapel Hill's Charlotte campus, and Wake Forest University School of Medicine. For me, getting to know Dr. Herman has been a distinct pleasure. He has impressed me as a wise, visionary, and collaborative leader. He is a system citizen and champion of quality, safety, and operational improvement. He cares deeply about advancing the health and well-being of children and families throughout the communities we serve. Dr. Herman's wisdom, compassion, and curiosity epitomize the best qualities of practicing physicians and mission-driven leaders who use their heart, their head, and their hands in the service of others. Please join me in welcoming our keynote speaker, Dr. Drew Herman, to the podium.
Thank you, Dr. Learman. So good afternoon, everybody. I'm really excited to be here. To the Virginia Tech Carilion School of Medicine class of 2030, congratulations. My name is Dr. Andrew Herman, and I'm many things. I'm a doctor, I'm a neonatologist, an academic chair, a husband, a father, and a human being. Today's one of those rare days you'll remember for the rest of your lives. You may not remember every word spoken or every photograph taken, but I suspect you'll remember how it felt when someone placed that white coat on your shoulders for the very first time. Today isn't simply the first day of medical school. It's the first day of a calling to serve, to heal, and to lead. You're not simply putting on a white coat today. You're putting on the uniform of an army of light. From this day forward, your life's work will be to push back against darkness, against disease, suffering, fear, loneliness, and despair. You won't always cure, but you can always bring light. Sometimes that light comes through your knowledge, sometimes through your hands, often simply through your presence. Showing up with compassion, humility, and an unwavering commitment to that. For more than 20 years, I've had the privilege of caring for babies as a neonatologist at the very beginning of life. Many are arriving far too early or far too sick. Today, I have the privilege of welcoming you at the beginning of a different kind of life, your life as a physician. As I look across the room, I don't simply see future pediatricians, had to put the pediatricians first, surgeons, intensivists, psychiatrists, and scientists. I actually see tens of thousands of patients whose lives will be one day different because you chose this profession. These are people you haven't met yet, families you don't know exist yet, perhaps generations who will be affected by something you do years from now. And that's an extraordinary responsibility and an extraordinary privilege. One of the things I hope you never lose along the way is a sense of wonder. Medicine has a remarkable ability to make the extraordinary seem very ordinary to us. Don't let it. Find the unfamiliar in the familiar. As a neonatologist, one of my responsibilities is to take care for babies at high-risk deliveries. Sometimes we know beforehand that a baby may be in trouble. Sometimes we don't. Sometimes a baby's born and isn't breathing. The heart rate may be dangerously low. Sometimes it's absent. In those moments, the room changes instantly. There's no distraction. The center of the universe is right in front of me. There's only that baby and their family. The team comes together and goes to work with laser focus, and we do the things that we've practiced over and over again, intensely focus on giving this child a chance at life. Then, after several exceptionally long minutes, the baby cries. It still gets me. You can feel the entire room change. There might be an relief. Some people laugh. I've been in delivery rooms where the entire team begins to cheer and clap. The room is filled with the most highly trained professionals in the world, surrounded by sophisticated technology, celebrating one of the simplest sounds in human experience, a crying baby. You know, it was something I was trained to do every day, and a skill that to me is my everyday work. But that means everything to that patient and their family. And it never ceases to amaze me with its wonder that I get to do this as a profession. Medical school will teach you to participate in things today that may seem miraculous. As these moments become your everyday, remember how wondrous they are and how much they mean to your patients, because they're not part of their everyday. There's another kind of wonder in medicine that medicine has given me, and it happens in much more ordinary places. I might be at a school event for one of my kids, walking through a grocery store, or having dinner with friends, and I suddenly turn around, and there's someone launching themselves into me with a full-body bear hug out of the blue. It's happened actually dozens of times, and it still catches me by surprise. Then through tears of joy and pride, this person will say, "I don't know if you remember me, but you are my baby's doctor, and you saved their life. Let me tell you about them now." And I look back, and the baby I remember surrounded by ventilators and IV pumps and monitors is now playing soccer, going to school, learning to drive, or getting married. And there's one little word in what those parents say that I hope you someday will understand. The word is my. You were my baby's doctor. Someday someone will say that about you. This is my doctor. They'll say it with pride, admiration, affection, and above all, trust. Never allow that privilege to become ordinary. You'll care for thousands of people in your career. What is one of thousands to you may be the defining encounter of a lifetime to the person standing in front of you. So when they're in front of you, make them the center of the universe. You'll be tired. You'll be distracted. You'll have problems of your own. We're all human. But for those few minutes with that patient, every patient, be fully present. Be tender. Listen. Let them know they matter. Bring the light. It reminds me, one of the smallest patients I ever cared for taught me a great deal about this. This was an infant that weighed 310 grams, so 10 ounces. She was about the size of a small kid. We affectionately called her Tater Tot, about that big. Everything about caring for her was difficult because of her size. Every medication, every drop of fluid, every procedure was complicated by her extraordinary small size. And the odds were not in her favor. Some, even my partners, believed our efforts would ultimately be futile. But one of my favorite nurses and I developed an incredibly close relationship with Tater Tot's mother. And as long as her mother understood the truth, the risks, the uncertainty of what her daughter's future might hold, we were going to keep fighting for her. I never hid unwelcome news, but I also made the mom a promise. Every morning, I told her on rounds, we're going to talk about something good that happened in the last 24 hours. Not because we were ignoring reality, but because hope is part of good medicine. Hope's not the same as optimism. Optimism predicts the future. Hope gives people strength to face it. Today, Tater Tot's 10 years old. I have a picture of her in my office, hugging me. She has some learning challenges, but she's happy, healthy, a wonderful kid, deeply loved by her family. Her mother still sends me updates. And they're not about ventilators or blood gases anymore. They're about birthdays and school and the ordinary moments of childhood that once seemed anything but ordinary. Not every story is going to end like hers, but every patient needs to know that they matter. And you may never know how far the impact of your care will travel. Years ago, I cared for a newborn with overwhelming infection. He was arguably the sickest baby I've ever taken care of that survived. He required ECMO, which is, for you that may not know, it's heart-lung bypass, and developed bleeding in the brain, forcing us to take him off ECMO before we thought he was ready. There were long days, difficult decisions, hard conversations. But with an extraordinary team around him, he survived. Then years later, I was having dinner with friends at a restaurant, and his mother approached our table. Beside her was a completely healthy 5-year-old boy bouncing around like 5-year-olds do, and his brother was next to him. It was him. The mom then proceeded to tell me about his older brother. His brother developed leukemia, and chemotherapy had failed, and now he needed a bone marrow transplant. Guess whose was a perfect match? The little boy whose life we'd fought so hard to save turned out to be that perfect match. He donated his bone marrow. His brother recovered. The families together. It's a true story. Standing there, I realized something none of us could possibly have known in those difficult days in the NICU. By saving one life, we helped save another, and that family. And who knows where those lives will lead? Their children, their grandchildren, people I will never meet. So never underestimate the ripple effect of the work you do. Also, never be afraid to lead. Because whether you intended or not, the minute you put on that white coat, people will look to you for leadership. At the bedside, on a healthcare team, in your community. For me, eventually that calling became formal. I loved being a neonatologist, I still do. But I realized there's another way I could help care for patients. I could lead the people who care for them. As a chair of pediatrics, sometimes I think of myself as the coach on a high-performing team. The coach doesn't take the shot, the players do. My job is to help extraordinary physicians and clinicians practice at their very best and support them, challenge them, remove barriers, help them succeed. My success is their success, is their patient's success. When one of our physicians comforts a frightened family or saves the life of a child I will never meet, I've had that privilege of contributing to that patient's care too. That's the multiplying power of leadership. Some of you will lead departments, laboratories, classrooms, communities, or health systems. Some of you will lead in your clinic or in the OR, but all of you will lead. Don't wait for someone to give you permission. Don't confuse leadership with authority. Leadership is not about how many people report to you, it's about how many people are better because you were there. So, class of 2030, wear these white coats proudly, but never because of what it says about you. Wear it proudly because of what it allows you to do for others. Wear it as a uniform of an army of light. Find the unfamiliar in the familiar. Never be accustomed to the miraculous that you stop seeing it. Make the person in front of you the center of your universe. Be worthy when someone says, and with pride, that is my doctor. Don't be afraid to lead. Bring hope where there's fear. Bring comfort where there's suffering. Bring healing whenever healing's possible. And when healing's no longer possible, never stop bringing the light. Congratulations, class of 2030. Welcome to the Virginia Tech Carilion School of Medicine. And welcome to the extraordinary privilege of doctoring.
Wow, thank you, Dr. Herman. What inspiring, moving, and thoughtful words. They provide important insights about the meaning of our lives in medicine, and your call to bring the light is relevant for all physicians present. It will hopefully resonate in the thoughts of our students for many, many years to come. Well, there's much to celebrate today, and we hope that each of our students will take a deep breath, appreciate the importance of this moment, and feel the joy of this occasion. We also hope that your sense of celebration and meaning will transcend today and accompany you with the coat throughout your career in medicine. Wearing the white coat means things to our patients and the healthcare community. During your Profession of Medicine Identities course, you began to reflect on the identities that define the patient-centered physician. The identity of scientist-physician, who bridges the gap between bench sciences and patient care. The identity of systems citizen, who considers the holistic needs of patients, communities, and health systems to achieve the best outcomes. And the identity of lifelong master adaptive learner, who's committed to ongoing personal and professional development. At the Virginia Tech Carilion School of Medicine, it has been our tradition for each class to develop a shared set of guiding principles. These principles will act as a compass for the class to follow during medical school, through the residency training, and beyond through the arc of their careers as physician leaders. I would like to introduce you to the class of 2030 President Cameron Shahidi and Vice President Sarah Kokothkar, who will read the class's guiding principles. Please step up, folks. After that, and after they've completed reading the guiding principles, our Senior Associate Dean for Medical Education, Jed Gonzalo, will lead us in reciting the Hippocratic Oath. Cameron?
Thank you. So very quick before I start, to my fellow classmates, whom I truly, truly have loved getting to know. Just kidding, Soren. You know I love you. So the funny thing is I made that joke earlier today at rehearsal, and afterward I had multiple people coming up to me saying, you absolutely should say that tonight, which was not a part of my original plan. And I think that could mean one of two things. Either that statement genuinely resonated with people, or that it was a reflection of how comfortable our class is already with one another just a measly 3 weeks into medical school. And lucky for us, it's the latter. Jokes aside, I'm really happy to be up here tonight sharing the stage with Sarah. We have the privilege of reading the guiding principles that our class put together. Before we get into them, though, I want to give you a little bit of a spoiler. Throughout the speech, you're going to hear us repeat the term I-REACH. I-REACH is an acronym for the guiding principles that our class put together. And I have to give a shout out to Mary McKnight, who used her elite anagram skills to somehow take everything we came up with and turn it into that brilliant acronym. So with that introduction, these are the guiding principles of our class. I reach to have integrity. Our word is our bond. We are committed to ensuring that our words and actions reflect our values. We will uphold the highest ethical and professional standards by remaining accountable and learning from our mistakes. By being honest with ourselves and others, we will build rapport with our patients, colleagues, and communities. We pledge an unwavering commitment to allowing integrity to shape every aspect of our lives, recognizing that the foundation of meaningful relationships, effective teamwork, and exemplary patient care. I reach for resilience. Resilience is dynamic perseverance in the face of adversity. As students, we will embrace failure as an opportunity to adapt and grow. We strive to approach challenges with grace, seek help when needed, and rethink our approach to better ourselves and the lives of those around us. In our communities, we will collaborate with our patients and peers to promote resilience as they navigate challenges. I reach to demonstrate empathy in our experiences with peers, patients, and the surrounding community. We will actively listen to, support, and understand each other's perspectives and stories. We aim to approach every interaction with compassion and respect. As a class, we strive to serve the diverse communities that we are a part of and commit to fostering an environment of inclusivity and justice. We hope to support each other through our successes and failures by embracing a non-linear path of learning. We are committed to upholding the dignity and individuality of everyone, seeking to understand the differences in backgrounds and opinions of our peers, community, and those we serve. We hope to create a culture of empathy in the class of 2030 that will allow us to bring patients to the forefront of care.
I reach to practice advocacy. We commit to advocating for ourselves, peers, patients, and our community. With our peers and colleagues, we will amplify each other's voices. As we grow, we will hold each other accountable and be able to disagree when needed. We will strive to advocate for our patients with our approach grounded in inclusivity, respectfulness, and fairness. By practicing active listening, we seek to holistically understand patients' needs and wishes, ensure that they feel valued and supported, and develop plans of care that honor their unique backgrounds and experiences. Finally, we stand as advocates by addressing healthcare disparities and discrimination within our community, delivering evidence-based medicine grounded in truth. I reach to have curiosity. We strive to challenge the status quo by being inquisitive and identifying gaps in our understanding by asking thoughtful questions. We recognize that meaningful progress in medicine begins with a willingness to explore perspectives different from our own. Curiosity compels us to learn from patients' lived experiences, collaborate across disciplines, and continuously pursue knowledge that can improve the care we provide. By remaining open-minded and intellectually engaged, we hope to contribute a culture of discovery, innovation, and lifelong learning. I reach to demonstrate humility. Our commitment to humility is one to honesty in the face of uncertainty, acknowledgement of inherent patient dignity, and joy in the learning of new lessons. We commit to leaving ego behind as we approach clinical interactions, learning opportunities, and research problems with an open mind. As the vast discipline of medicine continues to evolve and grow over the course of our lives, we know that we may never know it all. We humble ourselves as we take up the responsibilities of a medical student so that we may embody for our patients, our communities, and ourselves that which defines our institution. Ut prosim, I may serve. Thank you.
In our profession, it is a custom established more than 2,000 years ago that no one may be admitted to its honor undertaken its obligations. In a moment, we will take an oath that, in its original form, was written by Hippocrates. Ours is a modern version of that oath, written so long ago, but still applicable today. As our students prepare to recite this oath together, let us take a moment of silence to each humbly acknowledge all those who have come before us and have dedicated their lives to this noble profession and to the people it serves, to all those who have taught, supported, and encouraged us in order that we could reach this present moment, and to all those, in particular our teachers and our patients, who will help us become physicians of excellence in care and caring. And now, in that same spirit, let us together, all physicians in this audience, whether faculty or family members, along with the students of the class of 2030, stand and recite the oath. I swear to fulfill, to the best of my ability and judgment, and with the support and encouragement of others, this covenant. I will respect the hard-won scientific gains of those in whose steps I walk, and gladly share such knowledge as is mine with those who are to follow. I will apply for the benefit of my patients all measures appropriate, avoiding those twin traps of overtreatment and undertreatment. I will practice the art of medicine as well as science, remembering that warmth, sympathy, and understanding may outweigh the use of scalpel or drug. I will not be ashamed to say I know not, nor will I fail to call on my colleagues when the skills of another are needed. I will remember that I do not care for a patient alone. Rather, I am part of an interprofessional team, all of whom offer their skills to assist with patient care and caring. I will respect the privacy of my patients, for their problems are not disclosed to me that the world. Most especially must I tread with care in matters of life and death, recognizing this awesome responsibility must be faced with great humility and awareness of my own frailty. I will remember that I do not treat data or disease, but a sick human being whose illness may affect family and economic stability. My responsibility includes these related issues if I am to care adequately for my patient. I will prevent disease whenever I can, for prevention is preferable to cure. I will remember that I remain a member of society with special obligations to all my fellow human beings, those sound of mind and body, as well as the infirm. If I do not violate this oath, may I enjoy life and art, respected while I live, and remembered with affection thereafter. May I always act so as to preserve the finest traditions of my calling, and may I long experience the joy of serving those who seek my help. You may be seated.
As the students prepare to receive their white coats, I would like to share with you that affixed to the lapel of each white coat is a pin from the Arnold P. Gold Foundation bearing the words, "Keeping Healthcare Human." This emblem serves as a reminder of the importance of humanism in medicine and reflects a commitment to both providing care that is both compassionate and of the highest quality. Students, in the pocket of your new white coat, you will find a note of encouragement from one of our recent alumni. Following the coding, each student will sign the Virginia Tech Carilion School of Medicine oath book, affirming their commitment to the words and spirit of the oath they have taken today, and the responsibilities they now begin to embrace as future physicians. Dr. Holt Forrest, Assistant Dean for Student Affairs, will join me in announcing the class of 2030. Dhruv Alati. Neha Bettingham. Taylor Mackenzie Barton. Claire Ann Birchenough. Sophia Ann Butte. Risden Allen Bird. Sasha Shiersade. Lynette Yaju Choi. Grayson Markert Coleman. Cassandra Collins. Abigail Elizabeth Costello. Ipsita Das. Jane Dean. Kaylee Denon. Philip Andrew DeBose. Kelsey Monette Foss. Ridvik Sai Gangkot. Jackson Frederick Goddard. William McKay Hanger. Kylene Harold. Ryan Patrick Hillary. Gal Hodish. Micah Victor Hornig. Lena Hussein. Dominic Isaacs. Kavya Venkatramani Iyer. Arthur Janik. Jimin Jin. Soren David Johnson. Olivia Zenobia Jones. Sarah Amit Kakakathar. Sophia Lynn Keith.
Arush Kohli. Eric Paul Graybill. Surbi Kumar. Caitlin Rose Long. Taylor Myers. Catherine Manukian. Allison McClure. Mary McKnight. Nithya Navarathna. Griffith Kyle Otazu. Brandon Peng. Noah Jacob Perot. Declan Christopher Quinn. Mara Elizabeth Quinn. Alicia Nicole Ray. Nathan Sharanabaspa Ravadagar. Emily Claire Reinhardt. Samantha Ann Reese. Janan Semsadin. Trey John Richard Seymour. Cameron Shahidi. Lacey Victoria Simpkins. Rebecca Anderson Smith. Rayan Afra Syed. Grayson Mark Talaski. Michelle Jacqueline Tam. Claire Elizabeth Thomas. Chloe Jane Tucker. Kelsey Elizabeth Valentine. Abigail Nancy Valley. Douglas Baxter Walco. Jacob Livingston Young.
Class of 2030. Class of 2030. On behalf of all of the physicians here today, it is with great pride and abundant expectations that I formally welcome the Virginia Tech Carilion School of Medicine Class of 2030 to our profession. Will the class please stand and be recognized? Hokies! Please be seated. Thanks again to all of our guests for joining us tonight, witnessing the oath that our class has taken and promising to support them in the challenging and fulfilling odyssey that lies ahead. This concludes our ceremony. I ask that the class of 2030 remain here where you are for just a few minutes so we can get a group photo. Good night, everyone.